morning. I am Tessa-Marie and welcome to the Morning Blessings. How are you feeling this morning? It is Friday and it's a long weekend. So, it is Friday the 14th, it's Valentine's Day 2025. So how are you feeling today on this amazing, hey Aman, long time no see. How are you feeling today? Happy Valentine's Day to you. Hello cousin. Oh, my nephew. Hi, nephew. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Are you celebrating it? Buying something amazing for Lee. Good morning, Stacy. Happy Valentine's Day to you. How is Chase doing this morning? Hello, Deborah. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Oh my goodness, Valentine's Day. Nope, you're not celebrating Valentine's Day. We need to talk, nephew. We need to talk. So Valentine's Day is here. And hello, Nancy. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Hi, Colleen. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Good morning, Stacy. Thank you for that. I would love to give you guys a happy Valentine's Day live, but Rosie and I are going to do a live today at 3 p.m. our time. Rosie is from California, so it's noon in California. And she's somebody that I've known for a while, about 5 years now, on social media. So anyway, here she's going to do that for us. So instead, yesterday on my YouTube channel, when I did, Stacy was there, when I did our regular one. Thank you, Nancy. Our regular Thursday, once a week on the YouTube channel, on the Love channel. I'll definitely get on that live. I'll send you the link, but she sent me a message, so I haven't had time. The thing is, when it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon for Rosie, I'm already getting ready for bed. We have 3 hours different. So I normally don't even look at my cell phone after 6. Thank you, Deborah. So the thing is, today, I was talking to Colleen on January 29th. And in the conversation, this is what my friend said. I have no idea why people open their mouth when they have nothing good to say. And that resonated with me when she said that. Some things just hit you where it is. She said, I have no idea why people open their mouth when they have nothing good to say. I'm feeling absolutely wonderful. It's just amazing. I'm so grateful to have the honor and the privilege to be here with you guys. When you guys are here, it's amazing, and I enjoy having all of you. It's such a pleasure. So I took that up, and today, so you see, now I'm getting smarter. As you grow, you get smarter, and as you're alive, you're growing. Don't think because you're going to be 79 in May that you stop growing. No, we're growing. We're still growing. So hold on to that and capture your growth. So my growth was when she said that on January 29th. So actually, it is 16 days ago, right? Good morning, Loretta. How are you feeling today? Happy Valentine's Day to you, ladies, and my nephew. So, I wrote it down. I have no idea why people open their mouth when they have nothing good to say. And my answer to that is awareness. They're not aware. They're not in the moment. Awareness of who you are, where you are, will help you to decide, should you open that mouth or shut your flap? Thank you, Stacy. All the grace, eh? So we have to remember that it's not, they say in Creole, tout manger, c'est bon pour manger, mais pas tout parler qui bon pour parler. Meaning, all cuts of food is good to eat, but not all sort of talk is good to talk. And especially on the moment when they're not good to talk. Hi, Betty. Happy Valentine's Day to you this morning. Missed you yesterday. So now that we know that every most foods are good to eat, but most words are not good to speak. Amazing, eh? Hello, Angie. How are you this morning? I will send you a DM with your question a little bit tomorrow, today maybe. I'm feeling so blessed and grateful. We have to. And every day I talk to somebody, I am feeling more grateful every day. I learn so much from communicating with others. And that is important, to realize you're communicating with people and you're learning. It's only with learning that you can help yourself. And it's important. Sue is still not feeling good too, so that's why she's not here. Send my comfort to Sue, a nice warm cup of coffee or hot chocolate or something. So awareness of who you are, where you are, will help you to decide whether you should open your mouth and speak or whether you should not say anything. And that is something that is very difficult for many of us to do. If we are aware, and when we are aware, we avoid so many negative things from happening to us. When we are aware, we find ourselves, being in the moment where we know we shouldn't say anything, or we shouldn't move, or we should pause. So I sometimes you ladies, just like me, might be in a room. You live in the room, so you turn off the light. Although you maybe been in that house and that room and that environment for 40, 50 years, but because you did not stop in the awareness that the light is not on now, you walk through the wall. You might not hit all of you, but you will maybe hit one shoulder on the edge of the door. And once you do that, you're affecting that shoulder. So the point of it is, though, is the awareness that when you turn off the light, pause. It takes less than 30 seconds for your eye to get accustomed to the darkness before you step into or out of that room. Or rather, to avoid walking into the wall. So that is where awareness is powerful. But awareness is very powerful, when you have something to say or when you feel you must say something. So you guys know my thing is the 5 pillars of prosperity. It is simple, but they're very challenging to learn and to understand and to practice. They're extremely challenging, the 5 pillars of prosperity. That is why prosperity eludes many of us. And I'm not speaking about the one we all crave, financial, but prosperity on a whole covers the 5 pillars. So, when you are speaking, you have nothing good to say in the moment. Maybe that is the time. Let's go back to the days that some of us have left employment, and you're being, coached or reprimanded, or something is happening, and you have decided you're going to fight for your right. Is that the right time to say something that is not pleasant or nice because you have to get back at that person that is telling you off? Or would you hold back and live to fight another day? You see, the occasion to speak will always come because we're alive. And you might leave that person who is expecting you to react to them the way they're treating you in shock. I experienced it at the bank with that crazy lady that was carrying on. She wasn't crazy. She was just a very angry human being. And she was making a lot of money, and she just was as dry as a fig. And she is screaming and shouting, and it was just the best bet, though, at that time. Tell her back? Call her the name she called me back? No. Mentally, there were 3 people that depend on food that I have to buy and cook and prepare and put for them to eat. Right? So I had to pull back and look at her instead. It was not the right time. I had nothing I could say that would be pleasant or good, like my friend quoted it, so I didn't open my mouth. So that is one case, though. But there are times that we are here, and the person is on the street You're sitting, let's say, on your porch, on your front porch, and this person is walking down the street. When you open your mouth, not to tell them, hey, I notice you're not doing so well, you're not walking so, it's not that though. But you turn to the person sitting next to you and you make that statement. That wasn't good though. It's not good. So instead of saying that she's not walking really good, look at her and say she's 92 and she's still walking. When I am 92, I want to walk like her. You see, there's nothing good that she could say except she criticized a 92-year-old person walking when she is 65. And before she got to 70, she couldn't walk. She can't walk properly. She can't walk without support. So that is one of the reasons why we have to be aware where we are when we are speaking in life, in the position where we're sitting, where we're standing, when we open that mouth to make a statement such as this. So-and-so is not doing so good, you know. You know, so-and-so is 88 years old and she says she has a little bit of complaint, but you know what? She's 88, so how should she feel? She's feeling good, she's still doing her thing, driving her car, think of that. So when Colin said that, that really stuck in me because I know people have no idea that what they say belongs to them. And they don't realize that what they're saying will affect them. I'm just looking to see who is here, but it's not moving, so nobody else. That's good. Keep it up, ladies. And then I listened to somebody. I was sitting with someone, and they were driving. Good morning, Roslyn. Hi, Sue. I'm glad you joined us. How are you feeling? I heard you were a little bit under the weather. And I'm glad to see you push the weather away and you're standing on the weather. Congratulations. Well, job well done. So, thank you for coming. No one is ever late. I was driving with someone. They were driving. And a family member called. Now listen to that. This is eerie and scary. And the family member said to them, oh, so-and-so died. And they said you should never say anything bad about the dead. But I am going to say, good, he's dead. And now he doesn't have to get a $400,000 pension. Because so-and-so, I don't like so-and-so. I don't believe in what they believe. So I'm calling to tell you that I heard they died. And I also am reminding you that they said we should not say anything bad about the dead. So I'm going to say good, that person died. And I sat there and I went, holy shit, this is a lot of hate. You picked up the phone, you took the time to call somebody to celebrate the passing of somebody. And mind you, that person left a legacy, a huge legacy behind of all the works they did for others around the world. That particular person. So anyway, that was the Sunday. The Wednesday, the person I was driving with said to me, listen, my cousin passed away. I said, which one? This one. Showed me where they live, so I knew right away who it was. I said, what happened? Well, he always had a heart problem, but he fell in the bathtub and cracked his head open and he died. Celebrating the death of another one by perpetuating hate with somebody else. You leave that. She was devastated because I spoke to him every day. He was, that is harsh for you guys to hear. But that is how swiftly sometimes what we say about others can come back to haunt us. If it were me, and that was said to me with my big mouth, I would say, that's not kind. I said, you don't say that. You shouldn't celebrate that. That man died and he left. He lived to be so old and he left such legacy. There are people that are celebrating him for giving them what they have or helping them to accomplish goals and dreams and desires. And that is how I would do it. So when somebody is saying something that is not good about somebody, do not be silent. Do not be silent. Correct them, because they do not. What did Christ say? Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do, when he was on the cross, nailed to the cross. It's not Father, it's you and I. Forgive them, for they don't know what they do. But you cannot only forgive them, you need to correct them. If you sit there, silent gives consent. If you take it and you say, oh, that's nothing, you're agreeing. You are agreeing with that person. So we have to be careful what it is we hear and we keep silent about. What it is we say and it's not supposed to be said. So we need to stop that. Because when we're looking to live a fulfilled life, any of the pillars we fool around with is going to stop us from getting that fulfilled life. In this case, it was a pillar of spiritual prosperity. They're good enough. It's great. It's wonderful. See the love you're looking for in those that you see. No matter how devastatingly poor, dirty, and disgusting they look. Beauty is inside. So to criticize a dead person is maybe okay. Not too many people do that. So you have to consider when a person does that, how much they themselves are hurting. They did not know that it was time for their door to be open for them to go there. That's why every day we need to live our best life. That's the reason why every day we should be particularly careful how we speak, especially when we're doing it with anger. I remembered my mother asking me never to use the word hate. And hello, Arita, how are you feeling this morning? Happy Valentine's Day to you. So the word hate, I would like you guys to say it out loud. And say it like when you really say it. See where it comes from. You know what she said? That is a word that is close to your heart. When you say it, it's down there. And then she said, if you say it's something you don't like, rather than say you hate it, why don't you say I would prefer? She said, look at how your lips purses to say prefer. That means it's out there. It's a sweet word. It comes out. Oh, lovely. Hate is down there. It's stifling your heart. It's preventing your heart from pumping the blood. It tightens it. Because we say it when we are angry. So like my friend said, I too have no... Hi, Tanaji. Good morning. How are you feeling this morning? Happy Valentine's Day. I too, I have no idea why people open their mouth when they have nothing good to say. Do you? Any of you? It is not okay to criticize people or criticize their children or their children's children or criticize what they're doing or what they're not doing. It is not okay. It's how you make me feel that I remember. Your words will hurt. I'll walk away from it. But the energy that you sent in those words makes you feel horrible, and that's what you remember. It's how you made me feel I remember. Did you enjoy being with me? Did I enjoy being in your ear, in your space? We all have met people, and if you haven't, we've all heard from others. When I met so-and-so, they made the hair at the back of my head stand up. That energy wasn't good. So when you are looking to live a prosperous life with a balanced set of pillars of prosperity, like emotion, mental, physical, spiritual, and financial prosperity. You need to look at them and see the one that you're weak and put the work into it. Many times, many times, 99.9% of the time, people blame all what is not working with them on finance. They always say, it's my finances that are messing me up. And I was coaching somebody yesterday, and I said, okay, I listened for that. They spoke for about 45 minutes out of the hour we have together. And I recorded it and I let them go. Continue. And then I said, which of your pillars do you believe that you're weak in? And they fought for a minute. And then they said to me, and I knew which one because I could sense it, spiritual. There's a guy. And I said, yeah. But he said to me, my mental prosperity is not working. And I said, no. When he explained, I said, your physical, your spiritual prosperity is the cause. And your mental prosperity is showing the symptom. Because I am not good enough. I want to make $600,000 this year. Last year I made $220,000. So this year I want to make $600,000. And then, but I am doing things that will prevent me from doing that, right? So we have to find out which of the pillar is the cause. Many times we blame financial a lot. And really it could be mental. In his case, it was his spiritual pillar that was out of whack. You are the runt of the litter. He heard that. He was the last child of many. Shut up and sit down. You're too small. You don't know anything. Or you think you're going to be successful. You're not going to be successful. You're just doing that. How long has it been taking you to study to do that? All of that. How can you pass the exam? If you are constantly being told you're not good enough to succeed spiritually, when in your spiritual pillar, you're good enough. You've got it. You have Michael Jordan level talent. But from a child, he heard those negative words. And we go back to, I don't know why people say things that they shouldn't say. You're standing 5 feet and more above a 4 or 5 or 6 year old that is saying, come, I'm performing tonight at school. Oh no, we don't have time, whatever. We're so busy, we have things to do. I can't come to your performance. All of that. It looks like simple words and brush off words, but I used to go, because I was self-employed for a while, purposely, intentionally, so I could be home with Jillian when she was born. I kept doing it for a number of years. I would go, when I had my ceramic studio, to the school at the different holidays, like this time. I would have gone last week, Christmas, Easter. And then the teacher would say, I was looking forward to meet your parents because your performance was so nice. You did such a good job being the shepherd or whatever. And the child's head goes like that. You expect that person to be able to come out of underneath this type of thing that you never show up for me, I'm not good enough. If you that feed me and help me and shelter me cannot come to see me at school, they remember that. Hi, juniors, how are you feeling? Happy Valentine's Day to you. Oh, that child remembers that. And now that child grows up to be a man. And he is challenged and constantly working to be successful at that and not getting that piece of paper. Because when he said to me, I heard I wasn't good enough, that I was small, I was the runt of the litter, everybody was ahead of me, nobody had time to come to parent-teacher night, nobody had time to come to see me perform. And I used to see it in the classroom. Good morning, Marina, welcome back. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Thank you, juniors. So what we have to remember is that maybe most of you have no children of that age, but you have friends who are challenged amongst the 5 pillars. And you're looking at them and saying, why can they not do this? Mentally, they're not equipped. It's not that mentally they're not equipped. It's the spiritual pillar of prosperity that is the cause, and the mental is showing the symptom. Because they were told they weren't good enough. They would never amount to anything. I told you of the 4-year-old that was crossing the street with his grandmother, a little black boy and his grandmother. At that time, I worked in Jane and Finch in Toronto. When my book, Controlling the Debt Monster, came out, they had me teaching financial literacy. And I'm parked at the light at Wilson, and I think it was Shepherd, somewhere, Wilson and something. And this lady, summertime, she's pulling this little 4-year-old across the street, and she's telling him he won't amount to anything. Well, you know me, I always go where angels, what is the word? Don't tread, whatever. So I saw a gas station. I went into the parking thing of the gas station. I caught up with her and I said, I heard you telling this little boy he won't amount to anything. She looked at me. I said, that's not nice. He's little. She said, well, he's not listening to me. And you could see she was frustrated. I said to her, well, we're the parents, my son, and he's not, he's whatever, where he was, she told me. And then I said, well, why are you telling him, he won't amount to it? He won't let me hold his hand. He wants to walk without holding my hand. So I said to her, couldn't you just say to him, I am teaching you how to hold my hand. So when I get older and you are older, you can help me cross the street safely. Pause. And she said, lady, who are you? I said, I work at Jane and Finch up there, in the area where all these people come for help. She said, oh yeah? And she said, in the mall? I said, yeah. I said, JVS. Oh, I know that. She came to talk to me and told me the whole story, why she has this child, because none of the parents are available. And I said to her, did you tell that to your son too? And she did. So we have to remember our words have power. And like Colin said, and I will keep saying that, I have no idea, and I'm sure you guys know that, why people open their mouth when they do not have anything good to say about somebody. It is not good because it belongs to you. My youngest sibling, Milton, taught me that. He said to me, when you create your negative or your positive words, you create it, you made it, it belongs to you. You're the first one who heard it, and you're the second, and you're the last one that heard it. So it still belongs to you. So be careful. Refrain from making negative comments about others. Because sometimes you live to feel it. That person I was driving in with the car, when her cousin called to tell her she was happy that this man died, that left a legacy, he was happy. But he said, you know what he said? So-and-so, I just heard so-and-so died. And they said, do not say bad things about the dead. So good, so-and-so dead. And now we don't have to pay the $400,000 income. And I go, holy Jesus of Mary and Joseph. And that's what he said. And fast forward, Wednesday of the following week, he fell in his bathtub, cracked his skull open and died. And his cousin was devastated for weeks. But I dare not give her the meaning of what happened. All I say, hey sister, you're late today. Happy Valentine's Day. I dare not tell her. But she worked with it. I don't know if she caught on. But what you say about others, you live to hear it. But I saved this for the last. You know what she said to me? The people, hear what she said? The people that loves him will miss him. That's what, not the man that died, the one that said he was happy this person died, her cousin. She said in her cousin, she said the person that love him, the people that love him will miss him. You take it however you want. So we need to learn that we have to watch what we say. What we create with our words belong to us. Oh, estate issues. Rain, storm, no hydro. Something's happening on the estate. Don is busy. Sorry, Don. I'll talk to you later. So, one of the things we have to know for sure is to watch what we say, especially to children. I told you about the guy I was coaching yesterday when he told me he needs help with his mental prosperity, and I asked him, what pillar is not working? You think, I believe mental is a symptom. And he said, it's spiritual. I have issues with that. That was the cause, but the symptom shows up in his mental ability to perform. And then I know all what he went through. Listening as a child, like that little boy crossing the street with his grandmother, telling him already at 4, you're not going to amount to anything. Our words have power. Our words make people feel horrible. And when we hear somebody using words like that, we need some time to say to them, hey, don't do that. You're predicting your future. You're prophesizing your next step. Be careful. But if you sit there in silence, you too are saying it's okay for you to behave like that. Somebody, when I said my mom stopped me from using hate, she said, say you prefer. Somebody else said something. I saw it. I can't remember. But that, or dislike. It's a softer word. You cannot use the word hate without emotions getting in the way. And the person hearing it will remember how that made them feel. They will see you 30 years later and say, I can't remember what he told me, but oh my God, I still remember how I felt that day. There you go. So no matter what we do on this Friday, Valentine's Day, be careful what you say. And if you cannot say anything good about somebody, shut up, swallow it. Because every time we speak, we, the collective we are prophesizing our future. We say somebody is dumb, they'll be dumb. I observe life with people. And sometimes the conversation has nothing to do with me. Like the lady with the big little boy, you know, she learned so much when she started coming to JVS and we helped her. So we have, there's life and death in the tongue for sure. All those things done we all know, but yet we let the energy of the world take us down this valley of no return. And we need to shake that off. Even on the worst weather day, be careful. Careful. Even when the storms are raging, and Loretta said that once. She said, it's a horrible snowstorm out there, but there are people that have been waiting to clean the snow in order to feed a family. Can you control the snow? Coming or going? Can they? So they can eat? But so why take that and make it a problem for you? It is as it is, said Pope John Paul. That is what he said. It is as it is. An acceptance of what it is in the moment is the way to manage it. Do not look back because of this talk today and say, I wish I had heard it then, 20, 40, 60 years ago. No, the right time is today. The right time is today, because you have to remember something. If you had the opportunity, the honor and the privilege to go back there 40 years ago and react differently to a circumstance, guess what? You wouldn't be who you are today. All of what happened to us along the journey called life to where we are now is what makes us who we are. And we have to realize it is as it is. We are living the life right now that we created, and you have to like it. When they asked Sidney Poitier that question, what would you alter in your life if you could go back? He said nothing. Because to have altered anything, I wouldn't be who I am, and I love who I am. So love you. And if you can give yourself love on this Valentine's Day without waiting for somebody to bring the love in a box of chocolate and some flowers, and you can love yourself by taking a squash and cooking it down and put in some onion and garlic with it, and maybe you do not have meat or to put with the squash, and you can just drink it, and you love yourself enough to do that, you don't always have to have it coming from the outside of you. You already have all that you got to live a fulfilled life. It really, truly is up to you to capture it. Have a wonderful day. Correction, I've chosen to be a vessel of love of my life. Thank you, Deborah. I don't want anything. I want love with all of my heart. I want to give it to another. Such a great morning blessing. Thank you. I have chosen to be the best love of my life. Of course, write it down instead of saying it out. Today is a day to watch what you say about others. I will be with you for the rest of the day. Proverbs, that's right, Don. The tongue, it can bring life or death. You know that, Remember, I saw him do it, and you didn't see him do it, but you're saying that. Generational trauma, you broke her cycle. Thanks to I did. She was still to be a nice lady. I still talk to her. The boy is in university now, the little boy. So it was nice having him, knowing that. Biggest challenges facing this comes from someone talks about you. Yeah, it is. But we have to learn, guys, to realize what is happening outside of you does not affect inside of you. And it's a challenge to dissect that and to realize that what that horrible person says about me really is outside of me. I choose to internalize it or not. But if you are able to be in the presence when they say something nasty, you can always ask them if they're okay. Because you have to be out of whack for you to criticize another so boldly. So you say, are you okay? That really gets them angrier, but but it defeats their energy. For a moment, they shake in their shoes and they go, oh, yes, I am. Why did you ask? No, you're going to get the long story. Got it? Or, when they do that, you have to realize, and you can say, of course, those words belong to you. You are going to live that. It has nothing to do with me. As I said, you made it. My brother said that, not me. You made it, you created, it belongs to you. You heard it first and you heard it last. It still belongs to you. So one of the things we have to learn to do as we go through this journey called life is be aware that because that person was nasty to you, that does not mean that you should pick up the same mantle and follow them. Then you become what you did not like in them. And all of these things are challenging to do because they lean on your 5 pillars. As we already know, emotion leans on the 5 senses. What you heard, what you see, what you hear, what you taste, what you touch. And you react emotionally with it. And that one is always being abused. And we have the other 5, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. And everybody comes running to me about finance. And I go, no, it's not your financial situation. It's physically, you're not able to go to work. So it's not the bank's fault that they want the money from the credit card. You fell and broke your leg. So don't blame, don't get angry at the bank. Get angry at the circumstance that put you there. Were you watching where you were going? So be careful. And today, love yourself, because you have to start with you. In order for you to love me, you have to start with you. Yesterday on YouTube, we talked about that. I said, we have to choose who we want in our life. And you have to have criteria. And if it doesn't suit you, then don't do it. Because it's not going to enhance you. I did say something else on that. Hey, I have nothing good to say that will enlighten, educate, or enhance another. Maybe I should refrain from using these empowering words or opinions that will not help. Say that before you do that. Just say, hey, I can't say anything. I don't know anything. So let me talk to you about that this morning. Yes, Loretta and Betty and Nancy and Stacy and Rita and Sue and Colin and Dawn. Sorry, Colin and Gavi and Angie and Deborah and Rosalind. Thank you guys for hanging with me this morning. I will see you guys on Monday. Is a holiday in Canada. It's family day. We have a whole day to be for family. So my granddaughter informed me I have an extra long weekend. There's no school yesterday because of the storm. Today is a professional development day, and Monday is family day. So have a great day. I'll see you guys Monday. Talk to you later. Love you. Arigato. Bye-bye.